Hello guys, and today I'm just going to be doing a tutorial basically on this demon eye effect that I posted to YouTube not too long ago, and by request, and I'm going to be going over it in kind of a detailed for a beginner basically. So it's going to be kind of long. I mean, if you're new to After Effects, this will help. If you've been working with After Effects, you probably don't want to sit through this whole entire thing as I explain it. But I'm going to be going over tracking and null object and all that stuff. And I'm sure some of you guys watching already know how to do that. So, but for those who don't, I'm going to get started, and I hope I help you learn something today. I'm using Video Copilot's footage of Sam. If you, for those of you who don't know who Video Copilot is, look him up on Google, and it's a great site. But I didn't have any footage on hand that I recorded, so I'm just going to be using theirs for this demon eye effect that I'm going to show you guys how to create. So this is what I'm going to be showing you guys how to create. Now, as you can see, he's basically just standing there, and his demon eyes like come over his real eyes, like flap over his real eyes, kind of like a lizard or a snake or whatever, however they do. But yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be showing you guys how to do today. The eye reflections might not look as good as my my video that was on YouTube, because of the fact that this is different footage, and I was lucky I got mine to look that good. But this is probably the best you're probably going to get, and looks pretty decent with some reflections and stuff. So let's dive into it, and just bear with me here because I got to explain a little bit stuff here. So let's dive in. Alright, so first you want to bring in your actual clip, your regular movie clip, and bring it into a new composition. And so we got our regular clip here. Video Copilot moving around, acting crazy. Alright, so you got your regular clip. Now, if your clip isn't high quality like this clip, then it's going to be harder to track, obviously. But if your clip is pretty good quality, like HD quality, then you should be able to get a pretty good track. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically right click on my footage, and you see a whole bunch of stuff here. What you want to do is scroll down to track motion. Track motion. So you select track motion, and you'll see this little point here. So it'll say track point on it. What you want to do with that is you want to, it says position over here inside your tracker controls, which your tracker controls should pop up once you do that somewhere, either over here or over here or over here. But what you want to do is, it says position, has that checked. Check all the rest of the three, rotation and scale. So position, rotation, and scale should be checked, and you should be at the beginning of your scene. And you should have 2 track points here. What you want to do is set the track points on the point you want to add the effect to, basically. Track the part that you want to add the effect to. So I'm going to track the eyes, and the best place to put it is on a nice sharp point that that's a pretty good sharp point. I mean, you don't want to put it on somewhere like just a flat surface like his nose right here. because if you do that, then it'll go all over the place. See, watch. If I do that and I track forward, this point's going to go all over the place. You'll see in a second. You gotta be kidding me. That is amazing. It should be going all over the place. That is crazy. Anyway, say you put it on part of his cheek here. It should go all over the place. And it doesn't. Just amazing. Anyway, I failed at that. Anyway, basically, I hope you get what I'm saying by the points. You need to have it on a nice sharp point to track it, to get a pretty good track out of it. That makes the effect look realistic. So you want to set your points up the right spots. So I set mine up at the right corner of the eye where the dark spot is, where the point is. And what you want to do is grab the middle square by its little point here and scale it out, and that'll scale out the other square. Then just scale this one back in. Don't ever let go of it while you have it scaling and everything. That way you can just bring it back in. And you just want to size this up. You always want the search area, which is the rectangle outside of the inner rectangle. I mean the square outside of the inner square. You never want that like too. So you always want it kind of big, and you want the inner square to be small, but the outer square to be bigger, which is the search area. And you do the same thing for this one. Make sure it's set up on a good point, and you just do this. I always get good tracks this way. Pretty much every time I do it this way, I get good tracks. So what you want to do is, you'll see over here in the track motion, you'll see where it says analyze forward. Not analyze one frame forward, analyze forward. And you just want to click on that, and you'll see that it starts tracking your footage, and it's following the eyes basically, which is great. So now you see that this has these 2 points have followed the eyes back and forth as it went. So that's a good track. Now what you want to do is, we need something to put our tracking data into, because this is our data here, but we need something to hold our data. And what we're going to use to hold our data, we'll always use to hold our data, is a null object. A null object is used to hold tracking data. That's what it's for. It has other uses, basically for linking purposes, and I'm not going to get into that right now, but basically what you want to do with the null selected, you want to just go to Layer, New, Null Object. Layer, New, Null Object, and select that, and it'll create a new null object, but I'm not going to create that one. So I have my null created. Once you have your null created, select it, go to Edit Target in your tracker controls where it says Edit Target, click on that, go to null number 2, make sure null number 2 is selected, and hit OK. Now once your null number 2 is selected and you hit OK, you can go to Apply. It'll now allow you to apply. So hit Apply and apply dimensions to X and Y values. X only, Y only. You want X and Y values. Make sure, if that's not selected, make sure X and Y is selected and hit OK. Now you will see that the square, it'll create like a square, which is the null object. It will create this little square here, and the square will follow face, the eye, the eyes, and it'll follow it scale, rotation, and position wise, because that's what we tracked. Hope you're following me so far. You can turn this off because we don't need this. And to turn it off, all you have to do is turn the eyeball switch off. It'll look like a little eye right over here. Just turn it off, and it'll turn the null object off to where you can't see it. It's not in your way. So you got nice footage, and basically what you want to do now, you can exit your tracker controls because you don't need those anymore. Now what you want to do